Hello again. Thank you again for coming out tonight. This is a more than semi. It's going to be a little bit of an experiment for us. When I sent a message to the electronics expert back in Orange County, who helped us actually realize this idea for a keyboard, which has 6 keyboards, as you can see up there in the picture. His response was, "It's a delicate flower," and which was of no help and only made my stomach clench tighter. But we'll see what happens here. Number 6, can you let me hear? Oh, wow. I don't know if any of you pray to any particular deities. If you have any that answer your requests, have them send good energy our direction, and we'll proceed. We have a piece right now that is the only piece that came from a movie, and this is one that came from a Wes Anderson film. It's called Attack on Ping Island. I got to be honest with you, I can't remember why this one is titled The Last Time We Interlocked PlayStation Controllers, but it has a very kind of sad romantic ending to it. I do remember that. So here goes. This was written during an attempt to organize myself. And I was referring to myself in we when I said things we need to do today. I can't remember if it helped or not. How's it behaving? Kind of iffy? Okay. Let's hear it. Oh, it's behaving okay right now. Little song called "Where Does Our Food Come From?" I had eaten something that had woken me up later in the evening. And that accompanied with some late night news report kept me up for a couple more hours and made me get up and write this. I wrote a number of these pieces late at night. They probably sound like it. Anyhow, without further, here we go. Well, I guess that kind of explains it. Okay, here's one. Anybody married? Okay. Well-intentioned, it's my anniversary on Sunday. This one's called Well-Intentioned Misinformation from the Heart. Sometimes you can mean well and somehow it just, sometimes it just, it's not always easy. It's always a work in progress. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's really hard. Anyhow, well-intentioned misinformation from the heart. You can tell me if this explains it or not. You know, it's kind of amazing, these young people here. I found them at the Barbizon School of Modeling. They're all beautiful young models. They've all appeared in Vogue magazine many times, and they'd never played keyboards before this week. And but yet the parts were simple enough that they took to them quite readily, and got it like first try. They said, "That's all there is to playing a keyboard?" No, actually, they were quite kind and didn't laugh. They were very kind to me and like. Anyhow, enough of that. Let's see. Oh, we're oh, that was our bar counter, which is very important for everybody playing at the same place at the same time in the song. That little thing that you saw in the middle there, it replaces a conductor who would be standing there with a baton at that same location, which would be odd. And you would need a specially shaped conductor to do that for this size keyboard. And I hope he's only, what is he only doing? I don't know what he's doing. I just saw it disappear. And other than that, technically, the keyboard, the six-sided keyboard, I think we would say, for the most part, has behaved fairly majestically, considering it was like scaring us earlier today. Wouldn't you guys say so? Yeah. You weren't here. You don't know what was happening to us earlier today. It was like my hair turned gray. They weren't worried. They acted like, "Don't worry, Mr. Mothersbaugh." They go, "We can do anything." They probably could. Well, let's see. The next piece of music, should our bar counter return, our very important bar counter, which not only counts bars, but beats in the bar. Did I mention that? And since this particular piece is in the very gentle time of 4/4, it's very common. It's very common counting. 4 beats to a bar, and that's pretty gentle. We had a let's see. 20 minutes? Okay. No, he didn't say that. Anyhow, so the next piece of music, I know these names seem rather arbitrary, but they aren't. Totally arbitrary. This is called Optimistically Paranoid, but Hopeful. Here it comes. And this piece of music, I will tell you, hang on to your seats, is a world premiere. Yeah, hang on. I mean, calm down. I know. You can say you heard it here first when people, later on talk about optimistically paranoid but hopeful. Referred to in the future. Oh, it's back. Okay. Here we go. OPBH probably will be how they refer to it. Easier to pronounce. Okay. I'll keep the mic away. Well, you know what they say. One man's noise is another man's hootenanny. And here's another premiere. And this one is called The First Time We Drove to Cincinnati. Well, wait a minute. We picked up the very first 1,000 vinyl Devo 45s, and it was magical. And it's true, because I remember I had the other Devo guys, we were all in a car together, and as closer we got from Akron to Cincinnati, it was our first, it was Queen City Records, and I hear they're pressing vinyl again, and the closer we got really nervous and really excited and sweaty, and we got to this grimy place, and we went in and they gave us 5 boxes with 200 records each, and we opened one up and we pulled out this 45, and it had this label on it we'd designed, and it said Devo, Jocko Homo, and flipped it over to Devo, Mongoloid, and we were artists. I felt like an artist, and I was standing on the streets of Cincinnati, and I felt like an artist for the first time. It was amazing. So it's like all these years later, that was like 74, 75, something like that. All these years later, to be back here and getting to do this show Myopia next month, it's kind of like some sort of a full circle thing. It's like, it feels so good, and I'm so honored that the museum invited me here for this show. So thank you so much, and thank all of you. By being here tonight, you're contributing and being a part of this, and I thank you for that. So without further ado, here we are. The first time we drove to Cincinnati, an all-important world premiere. Have you had enough yet? How about one more? Is that enough? How about, okay then, the band would like to play one called Weaving Cozies for Real Men of Action. That was their request, so. I'm going to set the mic down before I blow the whistle this time. By pulling the song out of sequence, I have surprised Ray over in the corner over there that is supplying the click. And so Ray,
introduce the six.
Sorry, Ray. Thank you. Please stand for my extraordinary musicians that got us through this show, which I thought was going to crash and burn. And Ray, and come on out, yeah, and all the techs that helped out, and our players from the first show that were so amazing, and our arranger Quinn, wherever you are, I don't know where you are, but there was so much good stuff that happened tonight. So thank you so very much for coming out tonight. I'm going to stay just a little bit longer and play you some really weird stuff some vinyl, it's just some of the other 90% of the brain that we have no idea what it does. I was like culling information from it, so I'll be doing a little bit of that as you guys figure out how to get the heck out of here. And but thank you so much to my players who were so amazing. I thank you. I owe you a debt of gratitude. And I thank all of you who support the museum. It's so important that you do this and that you came out and were so gracious as to come out and do this. And thank you. Have a safe journey back to wherever it is that you call home.